we're back for UFC 298. Devin the Bear. We're gonna talk about it and see if it's worth watching.
Look at that. Take two. We're actually gonna put this one out this time.
Oh yeah, because we recorded for
Strickland
the
versus
Strickland and Duplessis card and never uploaded it.
Sorry, guys.
We're good. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, UFC 298 is looking to be pretty good. It's a pretty good main card. The prelims have some pretty notable names. I think the one of the more fun fights on that card is going to be Marcus Rogerio de Lima and Justin Tafa. I think that's going to be a fun fight. Heavyweights who throw down. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than that. I wonder who's. It's gonna be a battle of egos, though. I feel like because they both like a little bit because there's gonna be like, nah, like I'm gonna land my punch and I'm gonna knock you out. And it's like I'm gonna land my punch and knock you out.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably 50% of heavyweight.
It's gonna be like a little bit of staring at each other, though. It's like
I can see that, especially with De Lima and the way that he fights. Like you don't want to run into him, but Justin Tafa's shown that he doesn't always make the best decisions.
Yeah,
so I think he will run into it.
I probably should have been a little more specific on what I meant, but yeah, it's just gonna be that. It's gonna be them just kind of just waiting around a little bit. Then somebody throws a punch, somebody throws a punch. They have to slip out of the way in big movements because they're big guys. Yeah. Get out of the way. It's a great fight though. I'm looking forward to that one. Then I mean, there's the preliminary headliner. There's Manny Lamoche taking on Mackenzie Dern. I'm going Lamoche for sure though on that one. I just feel like with Mackenzie Dern leaving Jason Perlow's boxing gym, it's just she's not really the,
I'd take Dern.
Yeah,
by submission. I think Lamoche she's good all over, but I think that she's not that I don't think she'll respect Mackenzie Dern's submission game. I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't.
Yeah,
but I think that she's going to think she's as good or can be better, and not that I don't think she could.
Yeah,
I just don't think she will.
She did get standing arm triangled. So
crazy.
It is crazy though.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
This. Yeah,
that someone allowed it to happen.
That's what I was gonna say.
About it.
That's what's really like when you really think about it. Like, yeah, man, it's like it is kind of a big deal because you've never seen it before. But like, really considering like you just let them do that to you.
Yeah. And it's not to say that the choke wasn't really tight or well done. It's just like that's such a hard thing to do because it's like everybody knows certain submissions are like what you call like white belt submissions,
right?
For a reason,
like the banana split.
Yeah. Well, not that that's a white belt thing.
Kidding,
it's just if you let yourself get put into that, like there's some white belting going on. But anyway, yeah. I'd go Dern by submission.
Or you put Americana from stack guard,
Yeah, white belts go for key locks a lot.
Yeah.
Americanas, that's me 100%. So
I was gonna say, oh yeah, you can relate, huh?
Yeah, because it's just it's there, and if it's there, if you leave it there, you must not know what you're doing. And that's how I felt with that standing arm triangle.
Yeah, I just remember the picture of her. It looks like she's screaming for help while she's getting choked out. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so on to the important stuff, the main card.
Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is taking on Roman Kopylov. That's a great fight.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Anthony Hernandez. I think he's always really, really fun to watch. But Roman Kopylov he's really technically good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard for Anthony Hernandez's style to get in and like break through that. Like I think that Kopylov has such a good technical style. It's kind of like Dustin Stoltzfus. Like he's a great technical striker. So you have to like force him to be uncomfortable to get through that and make him make mistakes. And I think that's what Anthony Hernandez is going to have to do with Kopylov.
Yeah. What's it called? Anthony's I think he's got a lot more grit than Kopylov, but I wouldn't say grit because Kopylov is tough as fuck.
Yeah, he is. And I know what you mean. It's like, not that you're trying to say Kopylov isn't as tough.
He's got more of a brawl style to him that he brings to it, I guess is a better way to put it.
He's going to have to like really, really force that on Kopylov if he wants Kopylov to fight his fight. And I think Kopylov can easily make Hernandez fight his fight.
Boxer brawler and brawler boxer, but Kopylov, you're gonna need to make it dirty.
It's gonna get there.
He's gonna have to take it there because Kopylov has great stand up. Dude, like when he knocked out Claudio Ribeiro with that same side head kick, that 1-2 head kick. like what's it called? That was just nice, man. But I'm a fan of him, but I'm a fan of both guys. But I don't know. Like we'll just have to just kind of wait and see exactly who's able to implement their style more. Because Kopilov is, I think he's longer. He's
Yeah.
they're about same size almost, but I think
His
he has more
style,
reach.
he lets
Yeah,
him
he
he lets
fights
himself
long.
be longer.
Yeah, I mean he picks his punches really well. Um,
I
but
think that because it's gonna get, I know you're about to say yours,
what's that?
but before you say yours, I'm gonna say why I say mine, and it's not because I'm biased. I'm gonna go Anthony Hernandez, but I think it's because, like we were saying, Kovalov's gonna have to let it be gritty a little bit. It's gonna get dirty. That's just
Yeah,
the nature of it. But I think that once it does, once they clinch up, because I do believe they're gonna clinch up. Once they clinch up, I think Anthony's gonna get it to the ground and get a submission.
yeah. I don't know if he gets to the ground, man. I think it's gonna be a 3-round fight. I think Kopilov takes it by decision. I don't think he's, I mean, and it's like I think he has what it takes to finish Anthony, but it's just more of like, does Anthony let himself get finished? You know, if he does, he put himself in that position to get knocked out.
With a guy like Kopilov, you never know.
Yeah,
I think it could happen, but like I said, I think Anthony Hernandez is gonna make it. I don't know if he's gonna make the whole fight a really wild brawl, like make Kopilov uncomfortable or take him out of his game plan anyway.
yeah.
But I do think that they're going to clinch up. I think it's gonna end up on the ground, and I think it's gonna be because of Hernandez.
I mean, what's it called? Like Hernandez has slick submissions. He got Rodolfo Vieira with one, with a nice guillotine. What's it called? Kopilov actually has no submission wins. So I mean, I don't think
he
that.
likes being on the feet.
Yeah, he likes being on the feet. He's 12-2, 11 knockouts with those 12 wins.
And it's not that he. This is why I say I'm 100% sure they're going to clinch up, because a lot of Kopilov stuff he ends up getting clinched up against Cage with.
Yeah,
And whether it's him up against Cage or his opponent, but it happens every time, just about.
yeah.
And not just for him, but for every fight almost ends up
In some type of clincher ground.
up against the Cage.
Sorry.
But so I don't think that Anthony Hernandez is going to let that slip. I think once he does get the clinch game going and dirty boxing going, it's to set up a takedown. I think he's going to get that takedown. I think he's going to get a submission.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to force a dirty boxing in there, because if he plays the tit for tat with Kopilov on the feet, it's going to be a long night for him.
And he's just going to lose.
Yeah, he's just
Not that he can't play that game, but Kopilov's not the person to play that game with.
Yeah, no, he's not. I think he's a master in boxing in Russia, which is like the highest caliber of trophies you can get.
It's like when you
sport.
see a guy at a bar leaning against the wall wearing a leather jacket and sunglasses by the jukebox.
Yeah,
He's the guy.
yeah. Yes. I was gonna say, yeah, I thought you were gonna say he has like cauliflower ear or some shit. Like, no, he's just, he's like Fonzie. He's just that cool. So next fight we got Merab Dvalishvili taking on Henry Cejudo. This is an interesting fight.
I think it's going to be really, maybe I shouldn't say fun. I think a lot of it's going to be on the feet.
Yeah, I think Merab is gonna have a pretty one-sided fight in this one.
You think so?
I think Henry's kind of getting a little older. I mean, I know he is a Olympic gold medalist wrestler. Casey, did you know that about him?
Medalist.
Yeah, did you know he's an Olympic gold medalist wrestler?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Fun fact.
Who's Henry Cejudo?
Yeah. He has actually a two-division
Triple C.
Triple C. So you do know you do know he's an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. But nah, he's I just think with Merab, he's younger. He's I can't say he's faster. They're both fast. But I think when it comes down to the pressure, that's gonna be what separates. Because Henry fighting Aljo, there's just certain things that like Aljo was doing. It's like Henry, like he shouldn't be taking you down, considering how much you talk about your gold medal.
Yeah.
Like this, like the differences in wrestling right now shouldn't be a thing. But it's not that Aljo was taking him down a lot. I mean, I think he only got a couple takedowns that fight.
It took a couple rounds for him to do it too.
Yeah, but I just think with Rob's fucking his ability just to keep trying for it and knowing
he's pretty relentless.
Yeah, he's nonstop. He is resilient for that takedown and
resilient for it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I probably used that word wrong, but sorry, man. Shout out Twisted Tea, Twisted Lemonade, Twisted Liquid. Yeah.
All Alrighty.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay. That's why I only drink half of it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Dvalishvili is a lot more aggressive with his approach to fighting than Henry is.
Yeah.
I also have Merab in that fight. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's that one-sided.
I think it is, man.
But I think it's going to be because he's just a more active fighter than Henry is. Which, is that even true at this point?
Yeah.
Because they've both fought once in the last year? 2?
But yeah, I just think also, but between that time while Henry was, enjoying being a coach, putting on that coach weight, like
It's
Merab
not like
was
he's not training.
not as hard as Merab was.
You sure about that? You're in the gym with him?
Oh yeah, all the time, dude. The Short Kings, we stick together, dog. But no,
And yet you don't
that
pick
was
him?
super lame. What's that?
No, I
But I just think
I don't know.
I know I wouldn't say I know, but I just feel that Rob shows he's a much more bigger workhorse than Henry is in the past couple years.
I don't even feel right saying that. You say that about an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling that's not a workhorse.
Yeah.
That's weird. Which isn't what you're saying. Anyway, I agree. I think that Merab is a lot more aggressive just with his approach, his mentality.
Yeah.
But I think that this fight might stay on the feet a lot more than you expect it to from two wrestlers.
If it was a 5-round fight, then I would say Merab for sure. Like I think if by the 4th and 5th round, it's just Merab just still going for that takedown. It's a 3-round fight, so that's something to consider also.
Yeah.
Henry's not having to train for shit, dude. This is crazy. Like, when was the last time he had trained for a 3-round fight?
I'd find it strange that you pick Merab in a 5-round fight over Henry.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Henry more than
I've seen
rounds.
like when it comes down to Merab, like when it comes down to, because both guys have been in 5-round fights, like Merab has kept the same pace.
Henry obviously has done a lot more 5-round fights than Merab.
Yeah, but I think Merab's only had one 5-round fight.
Yeah.
So, but we've also seen in that 5-round fight that he's kept that same pace from the 1st round to the 5th round. With Henry, it's not that he hasn't kept it the same pace, but it's slowed down a little bit. So, I think it's something to consider, especially in that. I mean, like I know the layoff kind of showed in his fight because he does. I remember someone said for somebody, because a lot of people say Henry has a great fight IQ, and then he goes out and fights Aljo, and it's just like everyone's like, "Where's your fight IQ at?" And so, but I mean, it being a 3-round fight though, that just like I think Merab's going to be really pushing that pace a lot more, and Henry's going to be ready for 3 rounds, and he's going to be training real hard for it as well. But yeah, I'm going Merab though, man.
Me too. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's by decision. But I think it's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of boxing. I think there will probably be takedowns. I think both fighters will probably get takedowns.
It's going to be interesting watching the get-ups.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of scrambling.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard because I could also at the same time, with how good they are at wrestling, I could both see them getting a takedown and landing in the right position to stop a scramble. But it'll be a fun fight. And
then you got, this is definitely not mid-card slump at all.
No, I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, Jeff Neal and Ian Gary. Oh, boy.
Come on, dude. Say his wife. You got to say the wife's name, too. Ian Machado Gary.
No. So, yeah, that one's a tough one for me because I'm a huge fan of both guys. It's just that's tough.
Dude, Jeff Neal all the way, man, for me. Now, do I think he absolutely dominates? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I know who I want to win. Like, I want Jeff Neal to take this one.
I don't have my Irish flag up anymore, so it's hard to just look up and get the answer,
Yeah.
Ian Gary is really, really good. I think that he has certain gaps in his game that Jeff Neal's going to exploit.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Neal has such a great base for just MMA. I mean, the way he brings his boxing and his takedown defense, all that stuff. I know people will go to the Shavkat fight and be like, "Oh, well, he got standing or naked." It's like, yeah, you fucking fight Shavkat Raghumanov. That's probably
exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting. And the guy he missed weight because he has health issues. But I mean, he took the fight still. I'm not trying to take anything away from Shavkat. I think he's going to be a champion one day.
Have you seen him and Ian Gary train?
No.
It's interesting.
Why is that?
Uh, Ian Gary keeps him at bay. That's all I'll say. He keeps him at bay. It's
Really?
training though, so
Yeah. So
you don't know, but
really,
he keeps him at bay, and I'm like, wow, that's and the reason I mention that is because we've seen Jeff Neal get kept at bay
yeah,
with Neil Magny,
that
and
pissed me off.
yep, I hated that fight so much.
I still think Jeff won that fight. Like, but yeah,
I don't think, but the thing is, I don't think Ian Gary fights like Neil Magny.
no.
So I think, like I said, I think Jeff Neal's going to exploit the holes that Ian Gary has, which is his defense.
Yeah, he gets touched a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And if he tries to clinch up with Jeff Neal, I don't think he's going to be as dominant in the clinch as he thinks. Jeff Neal's going to get a couple punches off, and I think he can hurt Ian Gary real easily with some short punches.
Those uppercuts, dude. Yeah. Jeff Neal's good at them too. Like,
I'm gonna go Jeff Neal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jeff as well.
It just hurts the blood of my people. I'm only like part Irish, so it's not even a big part, but
it's okay.
Part that I'm proud of.
Hey man, Brandon Rowe makes me proud. I only speak Spanish, but yeah, but yeah, man, I really want Jeff Neal to take this one, man, just to show that he is like a top contender in that division.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
I think he has potential to be not only top 5 but a title contender. Yeah. I don't know how a fight with him and Leon Edwards would go, because Leon's really good at taking people out of their element right off the rip of a fight, you know. And Jeff would probably just look for that one good counter, and Leon wouldn't put himself in a position like that. But I would really like to see Jeff take this one. I think his boxing's crisper than Ian Gary's when it comes to offensive.
100%,
and
for sure.
When it comes to defense, I even think he's better defensively, because Ian gets touched a lot. I don't
just
see
striking in general. The whole game of it.
Yeah, I am curious to see, because Ian mixes it up more than Jeff.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it's the style differences.
Yeah.
That's why Ian Gary has more holes, is because of his style, but he makes it work every time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really say one person for sure is going to go exploit those holes. But I think Jeff Neal, like, really, all he's got to do is touch you, and it's obvious that your defense sucks.
Yeah, like I know Ian Gary has really good kicks. I don't see a takedown happening in this fight unless Ian thinks he's behind on those scorecards.
Same. And I think he's going to be the one to initiate all the clinching. I could see Jeff Neal doing it to get inside, but I see Ian Gary doing it a lot more to stop Jeff Neal from hitting him.
That's the thing too, as I think Ian Gary, if they do clinch, he's going to mix it up with some elbows also, because I see Jeff just wanting to go over, either get out of the clinch or I see or goes mainly punches. So
from Jeff?
Yeah, from Jeff. I think he's mainly gonna he's more of a punch guy.
He's gonna get those tight punches in really well.
I remember they were talking about how he was training mainly with just a boxing trainer for a long time, and then like boxing, and then he was training them separately, and then
and you can tell in his style.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's what also made him so much better than everybody else, though, was because he would focus on each discipline. You know,
it's who was it? Sean O'Malley, I think, was saying, like, the way that MMA has evolved, there's a lot of fighters now. You cannot afford to be good at everything anymore. Yeah. You have to be great at everything and absolutely excellent in one thing. That's the only way to be a champion these days. Yeah,
I agree with.
Unless you can be excellent at everything like George St. Pierre.
I also agree with like Coach Drew's take on, the best base for MMA is MMA.
Yeah, which is everything. Like, if you want to be great at MMA, be great at MMA.
Yeah.
And then if you happen to be a great striker or an excellent striker, cool. If you happen to be an excellent grappler or submission artist, great.
Yeah.
That's even better.
So Jeff's one of those guys that's been able to put it all together.
Excellent striker, great MMA fighter.
Yeah. And so we haven't seen a lot of groundwork from him, but it's because he has great takedown defense. Yep. So let's see what else we got coming up.
Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa.
I'll be honest with you, man. Until they are across the cage from each other, I am not taking this serious.
And it's because of Paulo Costa.
Yeah. I mean, it's just he posted this week. I saw it, and he said he's like 207, which, I mean, 20 pounds before 2 weeks before the fight ain't bad. But I mean, dude, he's such a fucking flake.
Yeah. I think if it's a catchweight fight, Robert Whittaker still takes it.
Yeah, I don't
He'll
think
still take the fight.
that's what
Not
sucks
like
though,
the win,
dude.
but I think he'll still fight.
Is like if he takes that fight at a catchweight, it's like you're just giving Paulo more of an advantage because he
Yeah.
can't be professional.
But
to
isn't
make
that
weight.
everyone? How many of Paulo's fights is that?
I know that.
Marvin Vittori.
Yeah, I know that one for sure.
I don't know. There's at least one more.
I don't
Which-
think there is one more. Oh, there might be actually. He did fight Lou Rockhold. I don't know if he made. I think he did make the Secret Juice. That's where it started. So yeah, do you remember that shit?
He made weight for Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
And so yeah, he's. It's crazy though. Is he's never missed weight.
He's missed weight twice. I thought.
No, just for the Marvin Vittori fight, but it was such a drastic amount that it was like, holy shit, dude, eat a fucking salad. What are you doing? Like,
he's freaking huge.
But one thing I noticed though is like now he agrees to this fight right after Robert's been knocked out. You know.
Oh yeah, and I won't even bother going into all that. Robert Whittaker is a better striker.
Yeah.
Robert Whittaker is probably a better wrestler.
Yeah.
I think Robert Whittaker takes this fight.
It's just what sucks is Paulo has a really sneaky left hook, and so I think that does kind of benefit him a little bit in that, like, able to sneak that punch in, you know. But
is he able to sneak it in on Robert Whittaker though?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
He would have to interrupt the in and outs. That's
yeah,
you know,
and that means you're saying, and I know this is a little bit MMA math, but that means you're saying he is a sneakier striker, specifically with that left hook, than Izzy Adesanya.
I mean, Izzy caught him with it.
But I'm saying if you're okay, maybe not sneakier, but as sneaky, as good at it as Izzy.
Right, that's what you're saying.
And I don't think so.
No, he's not. But I mean, he has a lot of power though.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, like Yoel Romero was able to sneak in a punch and then was able to 10-8 him in one of their fights, you know. So it's possible. That's what I'm saying.
Different. He doesn't count.
But Paulo Costa beat him. MMA man.
Just. But yeah, I think Robert Whittaker is just the better fighter all around. I think he takes it.
I saw the Weasel call Robert Whittaker a hypocrite the other day, and I didn't like that because Robert Whittaker's a nice guy, and we don't talk bad about Robert Whittaker.
Hypocrite?
Because I guess after he got knocked out by Dricus, he was like giving him a lot of props and shit, and now he's like, I beat him 9 times out of 10. No, he's not the better fighter than me and stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on with that.
What fighter other than Forrest Griffin would say otherwise?
Yeah.
Forrest Griffin's the only one I could think of who'd be like, oh no, I'd lose that every time.
Yeah. But fucking, I don't know, man. I just think that it's like, but I do think Robert Whittaker beats Dricus if they fight.
He's
again,
statistically, he's a better fighter.
Yeah. I mean, dude, we got a guy that fucking, I don't know, man. Dricus is the champ now, and it's like, dude, you don't even have to have technique. Just throw, you know? Fuck it.
Something like that.
No, he actually does have some good technique.
Does have a technique, and he showed that in the fight against Strickland.
Yeah. He's able to, he makes the switches mid-fight like you're supposed to if you're a champion, you know, and
he'll always have his pressure.
I just want Jared Cannonier to get a title shot.
I want Jared Cannonier to be a title, but not anymore, because I want it to be Duplessis forever.
Dude, no, man, I just can't, dude. I just want Jared Cannonier to get it. Because he fucking showed love to Houston and he knocks people the fuck out.
Yeah, I would just, if he could go up to light heavyweight again, beat everyone in light heavyweight, sure.
Man, no, dude, because Alex is just gonna jab the shit out of him.
All right, well then go down to welterweight.
Fucking fight Leon.
What reason do we have to believe that he can't do welterweight?
Yeah,
if he can do middleweight,
he cannot do welterweight.
You don't think he can do welterweight?
Fuck no, dude. You look how shredded he is.
Anthony Johnson used to be welterweight,
and look how many times he missed weight.
That's true.
There's a reason why he was a 205er. Man,
I'm just saying it can be done, and all he needs to do it is once or twice win the belt.
You know what's crazy is that obvious eye poke he got from Kevin Burns is still on his record as a loss. Like, I feel like we need to do Rumble Johnson the respect he deserves now that he's gone and be like, hey, Athletic Commission, can you please fucking make this one right?
Overturn that.
Yeah, it was Steve Mazzagatti, guys. Come on now, please.
I feel like any fight Anyway, Robert Whitaker or Paulo Costa. Come on, dude.
So, man, fuck it, dude. Don't go Paulo Costa because I can't even say that seriously. Never mind. That sounds gross. Robert Whitaker for sure, dude. I think he gets the decision win. I think there's a lot of top guys in that division, but what it comes down to is that I think Robert Whitaker is still championship material. He's of that caliber. I mean, if Paulo Costa wins, it's like, okay, cool, man, but are you gonna start showing up? Because like the thing is, like if the win does more for Robert than it does than Paulo. Paulo can win this fight and be gone for the next year and a half and just fucking tease fighting or say
tease fighting Izzy for a title contender,
or he just like can say, oh yeah, like this fight's announced and fucking a month before the fight says I didn't get the contract. What are they talking about? You know, I think that it's just the win does way more for Robert. Keeps him relevant in the division.
Yeah, Robert's a good guy.
Yeah, that's why. Great guy. He's in Skyrim. Yeah. I mean,
if Bethesda's willing to put you in their game, you got to be pretty cool, right?
You got to be great. Like really think about it, because there's some pretty fucking genuine people over there. So yeah,
Todd Howard's a greedy butthole.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
but
we can talk gaming.
Milking the cow dry, you know.
Or something.
Yeah, man. So main event time. We got Alexander Volkanovski taking on Ilia Topuria.
My goodness.
Yeah, I like this fight a lot. I love this fight.
I hate this fight because how do you not pick Topuria?
Yeah.
And how do you feel good not picking Volkanovski?
I'm a Volkanovski fanboy, like 100%.
You don't even have to be a Volkanovski fanboy to. How do people? I know there are people who exist that don't like him, and I don't understand why.
How can you?
He's a weight bully. What on earth are you talking about?
Who the fuck? Who said that?
It's just people who said, "Oh, you know, he used to be this heavy." I'm like, yeah, when he played rugby.
Yeah,
shut up.
He was 214 because the accent makes everybody think he says 240.
Well, 214 fighting it.
Yeah, you know, and guess what, guys? He went some fucking. He went to 170 and he got weight bullied. All right, he got knocked out.
It's just that 155.
No, 170 was his one.
I thought you were talking about against Islam.
The only before that, the only loss he had ever had was a knockout loss. Same head kick, all that.
Well, yeah, it's how do you. I'll rephrase that. My God, Ilia Topuria is so freaking
good. Dude, he's like, it's scary. Like when I was watching him fight Josh Emmett and he was punching Josh Emmett and I'm like, God, man, this guy is fucking terrifying, dude.
And it's like when he fought Bryce Mitchell, I was like, dude, Bryce Mitchell is a better grappler. Come on. Maybe not better grappler, but a better submission guy. And then he taps out Bryce.
Yeah,
really bad.
He just beats.
He made Bryce look like a chump on the ground.
He just beats people up. Like it's like you feel bad for the other guy. That's how bad he beats these guys up. You know.
And so, Ilia is so convinced he's going to win this fight. He's having a movie made about him being a champion in the UFC.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's already in progress. It's already being made that he's the champion.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's funding it, but he's already gotten it all started.
He's already funding it.
He may not be funding it, but
who the fuck? Oh man, dude,
he's so convinced he's going to win this fight. Doesn't he already have UFC featherweight champion in his bio?
I think so. Yeah, he's already told Max and fucking Brian and Yair he's not fighting them.
Yeah.
And
I'm just like, dude, the only time we've seen someone call shots like that was Conor. And I hate making that comparison, but
I mean,
when have we, him or Izzy, when have we ever seen someone that confident other than them?
And actually win, that's the thing.
And and when he goes out there and puts on the performances he does, how can you say he won't win?
Conor and Izzy won, and that's why we still talk about it. You know, we've seen guys go out there. I mean, for
Sean
years.
O'Malley. We can talk about Sean O'Malley too. He wasn't doing the same things, but he's just as confident.
Yeah, undefeated. You know, so that whole thing. But I mean, we've seen guys go out there and do shit like that, like fucking Colby Covington recently. You know, Peter McNeely back in the day when he fought Mike Tyson. You know,
it's just Ilia is writing a story that if he doesn't win this fight, he's going to look really foolish. But I think it's going to take a lot from Volk
It's gonna take
for him to
it's gonna
win
take
this
his
fight.
best performance to beat to Poirier.
Yes.
It is because he's coming off that knockout loss. So, and you're not the same after a knockout loss, especially that quick turnaround like that. You know, I mean, he just fought back in what, November.
But I think that knockout loss, he needed, maybe not that he needed to get knocked out, but he needed to go out there and get woken up.
Yeah,
Because I think not that I think he was going stagnant in the division for featherweight, but I think him going up to lightweight and taking that, he talks about his personal life a little bit and how he was having these issues, and he took that fight because he wanted to get away from those issues, and then he got knocked out, and he was like, well, this didn't help.
Yeah, I mean,
but now I think it did. I think it really did help him. I think it reignited the fire for him being a champion.
Yeah. I mean, it happens a lot. Like you hear a lot of people talk about that with like addiction, right? You know, they don't have it, and then they just start thinking of like trying to really, like, you know, like if I can just do this, it will just get me right. You know, if I just have this right here to look forward to, this is what I'm gonna have right there. And I mean, it drives people crazy, you know, and it's like they become so hyper fixated and they become so obsessed with it, it takes over every inch of their being until something bad happens. And that's what happened with Volkanovski. Is, you know, he got knocked out and he's having a quick turnaround against a very hard, fast hitter. I mean, he's got some of the best boxing in the division. Both these guys do.
Yeah, I was about to say, which one are you talking about? Because it kind of applies to both. Ilia, what does the size look like on both of them?
I know Volk is the shorter one, but
that's gonna generally be the case. Ilia's only 5'8".
And so, but like with Ilia though, like in his last fight against Josh Emmett, like he kept the same pace from the first round all the way to the fifth round. And I mean, I know I said that earlier about somebody, but I mean, dude, when you can do that, like, I mean, that's intense, dude. Like, Volk
has a longer reach than Ilia.
Yeah, he's got long arms, dude. Volk is.
I knew that, but I didn't think. Ilia looks so much bigger than so many of the guys he fights.
Yeah,
he's 5'8", has 69-inch reach.
Okay,
and then Volk is, however tall Volk is, has 71.5.
Also having to punch up, that's another thing, you know. So it does kind of throw that off a little bit.
That is just going to be a good fight. It's like I said, how do you pick one? Because Volk is who he is, and he is who he is because we know him to be great.
Yeah.
Ilia, I mean, you've seen him fight by now.
Yeah.
What in the world? How do you pick against someone like that? I
saw somebody make a prediction, and I'm sticking with it. That's gonna be my prediction.
Go ahead.
You know what? Nah, fuck that, dude. I can't betray Volk. Like
okay.
Like, I started thinking about it, just doesn't feel right saying like, oh man, I'm not going to.
I'm not a short boy fanboy, so
he's just a great fighter, dude.
I'll go Ilia. I think he does a lot of work on the ground, and I think I feel like he gets. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying he'll get a finish, but I think he really does a lot of work on the ground, and Volk. That's going to affect Volk a lot.
Yeah.
Man. So I'm gonna pick Ilia by a win, but I'm having a hard time saying how.
I'm gonna just say Volk by decision, dude. I don't know how he gets a stoppage.
He could get the knockout.
I saw somebody get post that it's gonna be a fourth round corner stoppage, doctor stoppage for Ilia.
Well, corner or doctor.
Doctor stoppage.
How do you call a doctor stoppage? What the heck?
Just cut.
Well, yeah, but how do you call that? How do you predict that?
Yeah, somebody said it was gonna be a fourth round doctor stoppage.
They predict there's gonna be a cut so bad that the doctor won't let it continue.
Did you see what he did to Josh Emmett? It could be possible, man. But yeah, man, I'm going to Volk by decision.
I'm gonna go Ilia by. I'll say decision, whatever.
Dude, you're gonna say knockouts until you shut up.
All right, knockout.
Shut up.
Ilia by knockout, probably like the fourth round.
Where's the stop button on this thing? I can't.
Yeah, I think Ilia's gonna do a lot more damage on the ground than like Brian Ortega when they were on the ground, he was able to do a little bit of work. But I don't think Ilia works the same on the ground.
It is possible because, like, I mean, one thing I noticed about Volkanovski is when he got taken down, he wasn't doing anything to get back up.
Yeah,
you know.
And you look at Ryan Hall and what he did.
Yeah,
looked pretty stupid on the ground.
Yeah,
Ilia's he's gonna hit you, and he's gonna hit like Bryce Mitchell. He's gonna hit you, and then he's gonna submit you.
Yeah.
I don't know if he submits Alex Volkanovski. I don't know how Alex didn't
It could
go
be
out to that
it
choke.
could be a rear naked. He gets his back taken pretty easily.
Volk?
Yeah. So I mean, we've seen him get caught in submissions and he's fought out, but he got his back taken a lot against Islam, you know. So, but yeah,
That's UFC 298. And now that we said that, Mark Hunt and Mike Tyson. You mentioned Mike Tyson earlier.
oh
You
shit,
know, Mark Hunt and Mike Tyson are supposed to
I
fight.
saw that actually.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm super excited about that.
Something about Mark Hunt just kind of just lets me know that like he could probably go in there and give a great fight to Mike Tyson.
He could.
Yeah.
I think if Mike Tyson shows up the way that he showed up for Roy Jones Jr.,
Yeah.
I think he probably beats Mark Hunt.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's got the boxing technicality, but Mark Hunt just uses his size a lot, and he's a wild puncher compared to.
He's going to have his hands low at some point, and he's going to get hit. And I don't think that you can get hit by Mike Tyson and not feel it.
Yeah, no,
I don't think that's possible.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know. You said Mike Tyson earlier, and I thought about that. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped up for that, actually.
So yeah.
Yep, UFC 298. Let us know your thoughts. If you've caught any of the Choose Your Fighter series, go like and comment on those videos because we want to know what you think. Like and comment on this video. Make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, you suck.